Okay, now we come down to the plains. ज़मीन पे आते हैं थोड़ा सा, mountains and hills and plateaus पे. So we have the Indus Plain, that is the main source of agriculture for Pakistan. This Indus Plain, as the name suggests, is along the river Indus. It is divided into two parts, as you can say, the upper Indus Plain and the lower Indus Plain. So what is actually a plain? It's a level or gently undulating land, usually low altitude. It's a flatter land, as we can say. Now Indus Plain is formed by alluvium laid down by the river Indus and its tributaries. How is it laid down? It is laid down through floods. And what is alluvium? These are the deposits, we can say the mineral deposits and deposits that come with the river as the river flows. Now it is a very long river, which is around, as you can say, 2,900 kilometers, 2,900 kilometers, not 2,900, sorry, 2,900 kilometers long, and it starts in Tibet and comes down from the mountain ranges up in the north and flows all the way down to, you can see it over here, and falls into the Arabian Sea. This is the river Indus. You can see here, that is the lifeline of Pakistan. The eastern tributaries fall here, the western tributaries, fall into this region, the western tributaries fall in this region, and it flows from this way. This is coming round from the Himalayas, as you can see, as it is coming from Tibet, it is coming from the Himalayan ranges, coming a little, traveling between China as well, India, बहुत लंबा travel करके, by the time we get to it, it is in around the initial stages over here and falls into the Arabian Sea. Now, what is a tributary? Tributaries are smaller streams or rivers which join a larger river. So we have all these smaller tributaries: Swat, Mastang, Kabul, Kurram, Golam, Zob. These are the western tributaries, whereas Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, these are the eastern tributaries. Indus is joined by these tributaries and carries a lot of volume. As you can say, the river Kalbul, Gilgit, all these ones, these are the western tributaries. They join at various different points. And Jhelum River, Chenab, and these are the ones that fall at different, but the difference between the eastern and the western tributaries is that they all merge at one point, which is known as Panjnad at Mithankot, and from there they turn as a big one heavy river, which is the Indus, which falls into the Arabian Sea. As compared to western tributaries, characteristic different hai western ka, they are all independently falling into Indus at various points. First of all, we are going to talk about the upper Indus Plain, which is usually mostly the Punjab region. It is this upper Indus Plain, as you can see, which finishes towards Mithankot, where the Indus becomes independent, goes all the way itself, and it starts around here, the Attock region, up on the border lines of, you can say, the KPK and Punjab. Before we go on, there are a few things that we need to know, the definitions, because these are, we'll be talking about them. अगर वो नहीं आएंगी तो फिर आगे समझना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाएगा. What is a meander? Meander is the zigzag movement of the water, because as the water comes into the plain regions, it starts, the speed goes slow and it starts to go slowly. जहाँ पे उसे कोई hindrance मिलती है वहाँ से अपना वो रास्ता बदल लेता है and keeps moving in a snake like way. So it is that these are called meanders. Meanders eventually turn when the बहुत ज़्यादा deep cuts हो जाते हैं meanders की, तो it cuts away and becomes straight at points, and this is the cutaway river is known as the Oxbow Lake. This is again a very common feature of the upper as well as the lower Indus Plain. Then we have the natural embankments built on the river banks of a stream by depositions which are known as the leaves. जो नेचुरली डिपॉजिट्स आते जाते हैं, रिवर का एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग फिनोमेना है कि वो जब फ्लो करता है वो अपने साथ सी चीज़ें लेके जा रहा है. व्हेन इट्स टेकिंग थिंग्स alongside with it, what happens, all the residual that is formed, that eventually starts to flow and make smaller banks on the sides. Now these naturally formed banks are known as the leaves. Then you have the braided channels, which are shallow interconnected channels which are made inside the river. Rivers के बीच में आप देखेंगे एक land का piece आ जाएगा, फिर छोटी smaller pieces of land develop because of the excessive residual, and these are shallow movement waters which you would again find mostly these shallow water channels mostly found in the upper, as mostly in the lower Indus plain, but at times in the upper Indus plain as well. So these are very important definitions that you need to remember, and then these definitions also make up your 2 and 1 mark questions when you are attempting the paper. So what is an oxbow lake, meanders, leaves, and then you can be asked to define them and mark them on a cross section or on a map that has been given to you, which let's see over here in a similar way. So we will be talking about these alluvial terraces, scarps, or floodplains. In the same way, you need to understand what all these features are, because this is how you would be, the questions are not are asked in the form of these graphical and diagrams. So upper Indus plain is made up of active floodplain, old floodplain, scarps, alluvial and alluvial terraces. Now, what is an active floodplain? Active area, flat area flooded every year because of the river. And what makes and the features what this river eventually makes, as we just talked about them, are the meanders, oxbow lakes, braided channels, and the leaves. That is why I wanted you to know and remember these definitions, because now when we talk about the features of the upper and the lower Indus plains, we will come across them. So what is an active floodplain? An active floodplain is a region that is flooded every year in the monsoon region or in the rainy season. The water the water overflows into the river from the rivers and goes on left and both the left and the right sides, and this region then becomes the active floodplain, which is flooded almost every year because of the rain. Then we have the old floodplain. It is also a flat area which has been flooded, and due to the movement of the river has moved, or it has because it is the area is flooded every 7 to 8 years due to the severe flooding. It is not something that happens every year, but is an old floodplain which happens occasionally, extensive flooding, and it is a lot of old alluvium. The mineral deposits are in those regions, and it is a beautiful region as far as agriculture is concerned. It is rich and it has a best soil to grow all kinds of crops. Features are again the similar ones which we just talked about: meanders, oxbow lakes, braided channels, and leaves, which are formed because of the movement of the river. Remember, these are all the features that are formed by the movement of the river. Next, we have the bluff, as we call it, or it is known as the scarp. What is it? It's a slope which separates the old floodplain from the bar upland. bar को हम एक और नाम भी देते हैं, दोआब, two waters. So this is, now look here, this is the active floodplain. This is the river, naturally made boundaries. And when the river flows extensively, it goes to the old floodplain, and while it has been eroding this area, ये कम होता जाता है, and eventually what happens, it makes a little table on the top because of the erosion, and this slope that is formed because of the river is known as the scarp. Now, alluvial bar happens when there are two rivers on the sides of the floodplain, and this area is called as a bar upland or doab. That means it is between two rivers, and this area is the best area as far as the agriculture is concerned because of the availability of water and the soil in these regions, and then it has a natural boundary made through the scarp. Next we have the alluvial terraces or the bars. Again, these are old alluvium areas. They do have they're not meant for agriculture. These are between the old floodplain areas, and they have river around them. And what are they good for? Industry, houses, and bit of agriculture as well, because again it is flat. Availability of the rivers on the sides make it more conducive for industry. People living on this area provide the water is easily provided, and it is considered to be a fit region or a good region for industry as well as the houses. Next we have, as we just talked about in the previous, is known the concept of doab, which is also alluvial upland bar as well. Do means two, ab means water. So any area between two rivers is known as doab, which is fit for all kinds. This is like an alluvial terrace as well, which is fit for agriculture, housing as well, and for industry. And Pakistan, making out of the eastern tributaries, has different bars over here. Like we have the Sindh Sagar, Sindh, that is river Indus, and Sagar between Jhelum and Indus. Chaj, Chenab, and J from Jhelum makes the Chaj. Rachna, R from Ravi and Ch from Chenab makes the Rachna. Bari Doab from the Ravi and the Beas, which is not very active now, so now, but it is more taken from the Sutlej, so this is the Bari Doab. So we have these four main important doabs in Pakistan, in the eastern tributary regions, which are the main regions for agriculture as well, and you should know these regions between the two rivers. So Sindh Sagar, Jhelum and Indus. Chaj, J from Jhelum and Ch from Chenab, Chaj. Rachna, Ravi and Chenab. Bari from Satluj and the Ravi rivers. Now we come down to again alluvial terraces and bars here. Alluvial terraces are developed in some doabs, and they are a feature of the upper Indus plain only. We have talked about these bars abhi in the previous slide. So these are the bar A regions here. Bar, Rachna and doabs. Now what is a bar? Bar, Nili bar, Ganjni bar, these are the alluvial terraces जो कि आपकी दुआब्स के साथ होती हैं. जहाँ दुआब होगा वहाँ पे बार भी होगी. So in the same way, Kirana bar in the Chaj Doab, Sandal bar in Rachna Doab, Gajni bar in Bari Doab, Neeli bar in the Old Friends of Bias and the Sutlej. जहाँ पे भी दुआब होगा वहाँ पे लाजमी बात है कि बार भी होगी, because these are the terraces. These are the terraces, as हमने जब भी मैप में देखा था, तो these are the terraces that are formed and which are very best areas for all kinds of agricultural purposes. आगे जी हमारे पास आता है पीडमाउंट प्लेन्स. पीडमाउंट प्लेन्स आर अगेन, ये हमारे पास हमें मिलते हैं सुलेमान किरथार एंड माउंटेन रेंजेस के पास. सुलेमान Piedmont Plain is also known as Derajat Ranges. Piedmont Plains are mainly agriculture and they are dominant features of the alluvial fans, जिससे हमने अभी बात की थी. तो ये हमें Piedmont Plains मिलते हैं. अब foreign active flood plains के बाद हमें Piedmont Plains मिलना शुरू हो जाते हैं कि जो कि which are very next to the active flood plains. Now we have the alluvial fan. Fan की characteristic होती है कि वो multiple regions में इस तरह करके फैल जाता है. It is not a single stream. So we have these alluvial fans or rivers and streams. जब ये किरथार रेंज में से, सुलेमान किरथार रेंज में से निकलते हैं, it is during the rainy season. They, because of the mountains, उनको एक natural hindrance दे रहे होते हैं. They are becoming they are hindered by these mountain ranges. So what happens when the water hits them, they start to make these little float on sides, and ये जो riverines हमारी हमने बात की थी वो बन जाती हैं और इस तरह करके, so they make these alluvial fans. They reach the foothills, they become slow, split into small channels, and all the material that they have been bringing from पीछे से from the rivers deposits, they are all dropped over here into narrow channels, and what the gravel, sand, alluvium deposits by the rivers, they form the alluvial fans then.